guys, welcome back to Budget with the Dreamer. My name is Miranda, and on this channel I share everything personal finance. I cover budgeting, saving and investing. If these topics are of interest to you, then please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video. So I have a short break, so I'm gonna just try and quickly film this video because I've got so many meetings today, but this is my only break that I'm having, so I'm like, I'm gonna use this time wisely. I've got my trusted coffee here. I have my mobile and all of the other tools that I use when I'm filming videos, like my notebooks and planners, and also a random envelope where I have written some notes down because girl can talk for queen and country, so I'm trying to stay focused. So today's video is my May 2024 debt-free update video, which I share on a Friday. Today is Wednesday when I am filming this, Wednesday 29th of May, and I figured I film this now because I'm busy on the last day of the month, which is a whole mess, but I digress. So for the month of May, I have made a lot of stride. I think for the April debt update, where am I? Okay, my camera is doing the most right now. So for my April debt update, I talked about huge update in terms of my devices, and I had paid off my iPhone completely. It's 100% mine, no fees to pay whatsoever. For the month of May, I have done the same thing by paying off my Apple Watch. So this too is mine 100%. You may have seen this in one of my Transfer Tuesday videos, but I did mention that I'll talk about that in today's video because it's the focus for the debt updates. So yeah, this is completely paid off, but obviously I've still got a lot of debt that I am focusing on paying down as much as I can. I recently hired a tax accountant, so I'll be meeting with him for a full rundown of everything that I'm planning for my financial year. And then I have my mortgage advisor that I need to meet with to discuss mortgages and future properties, and there's just so many things in the background. But in the interim, let's talk about the debt that I have and I am managing. So I mentioned in last month's video and the video in March that my focus for Q2 of 2024 will be debt, trying to clear debt. And in my planner, I did write down the debts that I would be focusing on. So I was focusing on paying off the iPad, which I did, trying to pay off my Amex. I haven't done that yet. Paying off my devices, so the Apple Watch and the iPhone, I did that. And then I had a huge bill for my rental property number 2, over £4,000, and I did that as well, so I paid that off as well. So this is where we were last month. I still had £400 left to pay off on the Apple Watch. I've paid that off completely. The water tank for rental 2 was over £4,000. I paid that off, and my ending balance for my personal loan that I took out last year to renovate my home of £25,000. I ended April at £24,170. And again, in case this is your first video of mine that you're watching, especially my debt update, the personal loan that I took out of 25k, was the interest for that was pre-loaded to the loan. So in fact, I actually had over £33,000 in debt, and I've been paying that off this entire time. Plus they've been adjusting the interest every single time I've made extra repayment. So I only recently came under 25k, like the original amount that I borrowed. So essentially I've paid off all of my interest, and now the focus is to pay off the principal. So I ended April at 24,170. So if now I consult my Legend planner, like I said, starting balance was 24,170. The goal every single month when it comes to this personal loan is to pay £700. So the minimum payment for the month of May was £650.22. I made an extra repayment of £59.74, and then the interest was adjusted because I made extra repayment. The interest adjustment came to £10.04. So if we do all of that, Jagger, I now come to the ending balance as of May 29th to be 23,450. My goal for 2024 with respect to this debt is to be under 20k, and I have 3,450 left to reach 20k. So I think I'm gonna be able to do this by the time we are, I want to say, ending Q3. I think I'll be able to achieve this by end of Q3. I'm very happy about that. I'm glad to see the progress. I just looked at one of my old videos that I filmed back in January where I was talking about, oh, I have over 90k in debt. Looking at my tracker now, I'm down to 81k. It's still a lot, obviously. It's still a lot, but it's just good to see the number trickle down. So in my debt tracker right now, there's only the advanced mortgage, but because that's a mortgage, I'm not treating it like a consumer debt. I'm putting that to one side as my mortgage debt, and then just focusing on my personal loan, which is my biggest debt that I want to get rid of. And right now I am at 23,450 pounds left to pay. So that's pretty good. That's pretty dandy for me. I'm happy with that. The second portion of today's video that I wanted to cover is something I touched on in my April debt update video, but also in my recent transfer Tuesday video that I shared early in the week, which is the credit card debt that I have. So I did touch on this already, but in case you didn't watch that video, I did mention, excuse the helicopter, because why do we have a helicopter? Ugh, never mind. Like, my entire house is shaking from the helicopter. It's literally like I can see it right here. It's crazy. But in any case, so my rental properties, I have 3 rental properties. My second one just has had the most of everything that could go wrong went wrong. There's so many things that needed to be fixed, and I had about £5,000 in my rental properties emergency fund. All gone, completely gone. I emptied that out with all of the expenses, and every expense just kept coming left, right, and center. And right now I'm just waiting for the plumber to do the final bit of work that I need to happen before I find out if there's additional cost, because the water from my bathroom went to the flat below, so that caused some damage to the flat below, which obviously I'm responsible for, so I'll need to take care of that. So at the moment we're just waiting for the problem upstairs to be fixed, and then allow their ceiling to kind of dry, because obviously I'm going to pay for painting that. But yeah, so the cost after I paid the 5,000 that was in the emergency fund, I had over 6,000 of additional costs that came up. My fence on my rental property number 3 went down during the storm, so that needed to be replaced. So my neighbor and I decided to go half and half on rebuilding and just replacing the whole thing, because it was rotten anyway, needed to be replaced. So needed to pay for that. So over 6,500 in costs for rental number 3 and rental number 2. Fingers crossed rental number 1 stays being jolly. But yeah, so because of that, but also life as well, as you know, everybody can relate to, life really does life when it wants to life. And because of that, I have more credit card debt than I care to admit. So one of my goals for Q2 is to see if I can clear the balance on my Amex. That is the one with the highest interest of all of my credit cards. I mentioned in Transfer Tuesday that I have 5 credit cards, and yes, that's a lot. I use them for different things. So my Amex connected to BA, so I fly a lot with BA. I get avious points, I get free hotels, free flights with the points, so I use that for that. Barclay card, this is my international card. I get 0 forex fees when I'm traveling, so I've got that. Then Halifax, this is for my everyday spending. I sometimes put Amex as well, but there are still places in the country that don't accept Amex, so for those places I use Halifax. Lloyd's we don't even talk about because that just sits in the corner. And then my final one is Nationwide. This one I took it out recently because it had 0% balance transfer until November 2025, and because I had all of these debts, all of these bills and all of that good jazz that I needed to pay for, I decided to put them, majority of them, on there, but then I spread the cost across the other credit cards. So that's why. So both the Barclay card and Nationwide, these ones I do have interest free until November 2025, but I mentioned in Transfer Tuesday video that I'm not going to be ending 2024 with credit card debt. We're not doing that. I have to go back to my principle of if you do not have it, don't spend it, and I need to quickly, and I mean quickly, rebuild my emergency fund for my rental properties, because right now we are at zero. We've been at zero for a while, ever since that 5,000 got used up, and it's been difficult trying to save up because of the ongoing expenses that I've had, which is normal for people with rental properties. So I get that. And this is not me crying wolf or anything, just to say why I know why I'm in the position that I'm in right now. So the balance right now, the total balance from all of the credit cards that I have is about £8,000. So for the month of June, that is exactly what I'm gonna start working on, and then my goal for Q3 would just be these credit cards, clearing them, and I'll be doing snowball method as opposed to avalanche, but we'll see how June fares and how I get along with the Amex credit card. So yeah, I think I'll be sharing this in the Transfer Tuesday videos, and then a final update in the debt-free update video, but this will be my new focus moving forward. But yeah, you guys, that is it. That's all I wanted to share for my May 2024 debt-free update video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.